Let's go Broncos! What if I told you that everything you've heard in the national media about Bo Nix is not only wrong, but also extremely misleading? What if I told you that the Denver Broncos have one of the most underrated stories in the entire NFL, and that story is unfolding right under our noses? Bo Nix isn't regressing. He's rewriting narratives, destroying early career comparisons, and quietly building a future that should have every Broncos fan on high alert in the best possible way. And yet, some so-called experts are calling for his replacement? Seriously? Before we unravel all of this, and believe me, you'll want to stick around to see what comes next, be sure to hit the like button if you're tired of the media disrespecting our team and leave a comment saying, "Go Broncos! We see the truth they don't see." This isn't just another controversial opinion video. This analysis will expose one of the most ridiculous media narratives in existence, and after hearing the numbers, the context, and the evidence, you'll never see Bo Nix the same way again. Let's go! The latest firestorm was sparked when Colin Cowherd, yes, the same Colin who once claimed Ben Simmons would be better than LeBron James, suggested that Sean Payton would move on from Bo Nix and draft another quarterback. According to Cowherd, Nix has regressed so significantly that a replacement is inevitable. He cites Nix's passer rating drop from the mid-90s to the mid-80s, his supposed nervous play, and turnover numbers as his evidence. But let's be honest, this narrative is not just exaggerated, it's flat-out dishonest. First, context matters. Nix is currently playing with the biggest dead cap hit in NFL history hanging over this team's salary sheet. He's doing this without a single first-round draft pick among his weapons. That's right. Not one elite offensive weapon picked in the first round is out there catching passes for Bo. Yet he's producing at a historic level. And speaking of history, let's talk about how Bo Nix stacks up statistically against the greatest to ever wear a Broncos uniform and beyond. Through their first 27 games, Bo Nix has more passing yards than Drew Brees, Josh Allen, and even John Elway. He's second only to Peyton Manning. When it comes to completions, he actually beats Manning. He's also leading in the stat every coach loves, interceptions. Only 20 picks in his first 27 games, many of which came off tipped balls and unlucky breaks. But the most jaw-dropping stat? Total touchdowns, 54 combined passing and rushing TDs in just 27 games. That's not just elite, that's historic. And yet, the critics nitpick a 4-game stretch where Bo didn't look great. He struggled against the Raiders and Texans, sure. But do we forget so quickly that just before that, he dropped 44 points on the Cowboys? Or that he led a 33-point fourth-quarter comeback that saw him benched for Jarrett Stidham only because the game was such a blowout? Come on! And even in that so-called rough patch, Nix's numbers still outpace what Drew Brees did in a similar stretch in his second year under Sean Payton. In fact, Brees had games with 4 interceptions and no touchdowns. Nix never touched that level of inefficiency. James Palmer, one of the few journalists with credibility on this issue, recently said it best, Bo Nix has something special. He's competitive, unshaken, and laser-focused. We've seen the sideline shots, laughing in the face of pressure, ice in his veins. That's not the behavior of a quarterback on the ropes. That's the look of a guy who knows exactly who he is and what he's capable of. Let's not forget what this team just accomplished. The Broncos won 7 games in just 39 days, a feat not seen since 1973. That wasn't a fluke. That was leadership. That was execution. And that was Bo Nix under center. This stretch included cross-country travel and relentless competition. Through it all, Nix delivered. You don't win 7 straight without elite quarterback play, and anyone who's watched this team knows it. Because here's the truth, Broncos country, Bo Nix isn't just holding his own, he's building something extraordinary under circumstances that would break most young quarterbacks. Let's remember, he inherited a situation with a franchise that was buried under the remains of the Russell Wilson contract, had no elite weapons, and faced one of the toughest schedules in the league. And yet, Bo is thriving. Sean Payton's system is notoriously complex. Just ask Chase Daniel, who once described Payton's playbook as being thicker than a printed-out Wikipedia. It's not just about raw talent. This system demands intelligence, discipline, and adaptability. Nix has shown all of that. Despite the media noise, he's absorbing one of the NFL's most intricate offenses and executing at a level that rivals Hall of Famers in their early years. And don't overlook the intangibles. The moxie, the composure. That moment against the Giants, where the entire crowd was on its feet after a historic fourth-quarter comeback, those are the moments where you see the franchise quarterback rise. Bo didn't just play well, he elevated everyone around him. That's what the elite guys do. That's what Patrick Mahomes does. What Josh Allen does. And now, it's what Bo Nix is doing. Critics love to dissect his worst moments, but let's keep the same energy for his best ones. Against the Cowboys, he orchestrated a masterclass that forced the coaches to bench him because the game was in the bag. Against the Chiefs, he's poised to unleash fireworks. He's already 8-2 in his last 10 starts. No, he's not perfect, but nobody is. What he has shown is resilience, leadership, and a knack for winning football games. That's what matters. Now, looking ahead, this isn't just about this week. This is about the future of the Denver Broncos. The dead cap hit from the Wilson era is almost behind us. Next year, the Broncos will have the financial flexibility to put real weapons around Nix. And when that happens, when this kid has a supporting cast that matches his drive and talent, we're not just talking about playoff runs, we're talking about legitimate Super Bowl contention. Let's stop pretending like Bo Nix isn't producing elite numbers under pressure. Let's stop pretending like he's not ahead of schedule in terms of development. He's on pace to surpass the early career metrics of multiple future Hall of Famers. He's already demonstrated the poise and confidence of a seasoned veteran. He's doing all this without the luxury of a soft landing, and yet he's outperforming expectations week after week. And here's the part they really don't want to admit. Bo Nix isn't just surviving in Denver, he's thriving under pressure that would have broken most rookie quarterbacks. The national media has spent months trying to create this idea that Bo's on a downward spiral, but when you strip away the noise and actually look at the facts, the complete opposite is happening. He's producing, he's leading, and most importantly, he's winning. Let's not forget, Denver was counted out at the start of the season. The Russell Wilson fallout, the dead cap disaster, the rebuilding label, every national analyst had already written us off. But then Bo Nix happened. Sean Payton's system clicked. The locker room started buying in, and suddenly, we're not just competing, we're beating playoff caliber teams and putting up historic numbers. And what's even crazier, Bo's not close to his ceiling yet. This is just the beginning. As the team sheds cap constraints and adds more offensive weapons, the Broncos will finally be able to give Bo the roster he deserves. If he's doing this with limited resources, imagine what he'll do with a fully loaded offense. We're talking top-tier QB potential here, face of the franchise energy. So the next time someone tries to tell you Bo Nix isn't the guy, just smile. Because deep down, you know what's really happening in Denver. The rest of the league is sleeping on us. Let them. We'll let the wins do the talking. And this week, against the Chiefs, Bo has a chance to make his loudest statement yet. This isn't just about a game. It's about proving to the world that the Denver Broncos have their quarterback of the future, and his name is Bo Nix. Now it's your turn. Do you believe Bo Nix is the quarterback that can lead us back to Super Bowl glory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like the video if you're riding with Bo, riding with Payton, and riding with this new Broncos era. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Click that subscribe button and stay locked in, because more exclusive Broncos content is coming your way. Go Broncos!